There's a specific kind of tired that doesn't come from doing too much, but from holding too much. Too many thoughts in your mind, too many tabs open on your phone or on your computer, too many emotions you haven't had time to feel yet. And the hard part is that from the outside, your life might look fine. You're functioning, you're showing up, you're replying, but inside, everything feels loud and chaotic. If you have been feeling overwhelmed lately, I want to start by saying this: there's nothing wrong with you. Hi, I'm Ambar, and this is Ambar in real life. This podcast is my space to share the journey of becoming. Through honest reflections, personal stories, and conversations with people in my life who have shaped who I am. From health and self-worth to love, career, and everything in between, I'm here to speak what's true and sometimes comment on some of my posts that I've written on my blog, Ambar Virtual. If you are on your own path of growth and craving real connection, welcome. You're not alone. Hi, and welcome to Ambar in Real Life, the podcast where we'll talk and reflect on personal growth, emotional clarity, and what it really means to navigate life and especially adulthood with intention, perspective, clarity, and a bit more of love. I'm your host, Ambar, and today I want to share some insight on a topic that I found extremely necessary to reflect upon during the end of the year and the beginning of the new one. And that is what to do when we feel overwhelmed by life's responsibilities, curveballs, goals, and even expectations. Because we live in a world that asks for our attention even before we're fully awake, a world that rewards urgency and speed, but rarely teaches us how to regulate ourselves when everything feels like too much. So, today I don't want to talk about how to fix your life. I want to talk about changing how your days feel, because small habits don't just change what you do, they help you change how you experience being alive inside of your body. Being calm is something that you achieve and then keep forever. It's something that you practice quietly, imperfectly, and every single day. And in this episode, I want to share a few underrated practices that help me feel less overwhelmed, not by escaping my life or escaping my responsibilities, but by meeting them differently. So please take what resonates and leave the rest, because this isn't a checklist, it is an invitation. Before I share this, I want to say something important. When we feel overwhelmed, the instinct is to solve the problem. But most of the time, what we actually need is to change the state we are in while facing the problem. And that's where these habits come in. So let's get started. Habit number one: breath as a border. I didn't always understand breath work or intentional breathing, and it sounded too simple to matter. But then I started noticing something. The first thing that changes when I'm stressed, sad, or overwhelmed is my breathing. It becomes shallow, fast, almost invisible. Your breath is something that you always carry with you. And yet, it's one of the most undervalued tools we have for emotional regulation. Here's what no one really teaches us: your breath doesn't fix the problem, it fixes the state you are in when you're facing the problem. Your breath is a border between reaction and response, between who you were 5 seconds ago and who you still have time to be. If you are rereading an email you don't want to send, if your phone won't stop buzzing, if you're running late and everything feels urgent, pause, take a deep breath, not to make the stress disappear, but to stop it from multiplying and driving you crazy. That pause changes how you see the situation. It also changes how you eat, how you sleep, how you speak to yourself and others. And it's not dramatic, it's subtle, and that's why it works. And if you want to learn more about this superpower we all have available 24/7, please watch my podcast episode on the power of intentional breathing. Habit number 2, morning light before the world gets you. The first thing many of us do when we wake up is reach for our phone. Before we have checked in with ourselves, we check in with the world. News, messages, to do list, expectations, and your nervous system reads that as an emergency. What's helped me is something very, very simple: giving myself 2 to 5 minutes of natural light before I scroll. Maybe it's standing by my bedroom window. Maybe it's going into the balcony. Maybe it's going just outside of the house while I take the dog out. Letting my eyes meet the morning, letting my body feel that a new day is starting. Morning light resets your internal clock, but emotionally, it does something deeper. It reminds your body that you're here in this moment, that you're safe, and that the day hasn't started asking anything from you yet. And I think that this is a small act of choosing presence before performance, even before this day starts. Habit number 3, the 5-minute tidy. Whenever my mind feels cluttered, my space usually is too. I have learned not to judge that, but to notice it. So instead of trying to organize my entire life at once, I set a timer for 5 minutes, sometimes more if I'm feeling like my thoughts are, more chaotic than usual. And I use this time to clear my desk. I close unnecessary tabs on my computer. I answer one email calmly instead of 10 rushed, because I feel that this visible order creates internal order. Your space is an echo or a mirror of your inner world. And sometimes, when you can control what's happening inside of you, you can shape what surrounds you. And 2 to 5 minutes is often enough to remind your nervous system that you have some control here. Habit number 4, gratitude as a state, not a toxic positive act. Gratitude can feel uncomfortable for some people, too simple or too soft. But gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about shifting your attention from what's missing to what's already here. Gratitude doesn't change what you have. It changes how you experience what you already have. When you're fully present in gratitude, you can't be anywhere else mentally, because it gently pulls you back into this moment, into the now. And when you say thank you meaningfully to the world, even to the people around you, you just don't change your mood. You strengthen your connection with the world and with yourself. Also, with other people, you strengthen that connection. And I think that that matters more than you think when you feel overwhelmed. So take some time today and just write down a list of the 3 things that you feel grateful for today. Habit number 5, 30-second check-in with future you. This is one of my favorites. Whenever I am about to react, to scroll, to say yes, or to say something sharp, or numb myself, I pause and ask, will future me thank me for this? Will future me thank me for sending this message angry or for breathing first? Will future me thank me for another drink or for going home and rest? Will future me thank me for escaping my feelings or for sitting with them? This question isn't about restriction, it's about self respect. It reminds me that discipline isn't punishment, it's care. And when you care enough about yourself and your future, you start thinking deeply and more intentionally about how your decisions right now will affect future you. Remember, you don't need to do all of these habits. You are not behind if you do none of them perfectly. But if you want to start, just think which one of these felt like a soft yes in your body. That's how you will know that that's the one that you might want to start focusing on. Because overwhelm doesn't need a dramatic solution, it needs consistency, compassion, and small moments of intentional choice and presence. If your days have felt heavy lately, I hope this episode felt like a small exhale and a bit comforting for you. You don't need to become a calmer person overnight. You just need a few moments where you choose presence over pressure. Calm is built slowly and quietly, in a breath, in the morning light, in a clear space, in a thank you, in a pause before you respond. And every time you choose one of those, you are not falling behind. You're coming back to yourself. Thank you as always for listening and for walking this path of becoming alongside me. If today's reflection resonated with you, I would love to know which of these habits resonated the most and you would love to start implementing. You can share your thoughts or your choice in the comments down below. And please consider subscribing so you don't miss my next episode of Ambar in Real Life. And until next time, please take care of your mind, please take care of your body, and please take care of your heart. Bye!